It's no secret that no US-based airline ever ordered the Airbus A380. With production ending next year, none ever will. So why was it that the A380 never sold in America? What does that tell us about the issues with the plane? Let's find out. A few weeks ago, the final A380 fuselage made its way to Toulouse for assembly. Despite it still being a relatively young aircraft program, many airlines have already begun phasing the jet out of their fleets. The big bird is no longer seen as being fit for the future. Of all the airlines that ever flew the A380, not one was based in the US. For the biggest airline in the world, American Airlines, it seems the A380 was just too big. In 2019, the then VP of Network Planning, Vasu Raja, said, "The Boeing 777-300 is the biggest sized airplane that fits into our network." The 777-300s that operate for American Airlines seat 304 passengers. For comparison, some of the Emirates A380s can accommodate nearly double this. Even carriers with 3-class low-density A380s are flying with 165 more seats. For American Airlines, it was just too big. That's likely the case for most other US airlines too. It was a common complaint for those that did operate the type. It was just too hard to fill. The A380 is designed to operate between major hubs. Emirates has made the most of its geographic location partway between east and west to leverage transportation of the masses. Funneling the whole world through Dubai works well for them and makes the A380 an economic performer. British Airways too has held on to its A380s and seems pleased with the results operating out of London Heathrow. In North America, things are far more disparate. Of course, there are a number of key locations for airline hubbing: Atlanta, New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, and more. In fact, 16 airports in the US handle more than 20 million passengers a year, and a further 12 airports exceed 10 million. And therein lies the problem. The only way for the large A380 to succeed is to have a high concentration of traffic from one or two of these airports to other places in the world. But by the nature of the US, people have more choice of departure point, so the traffic is more spread out. The A380 doesn't make sense on many of the international routes, and on those where it might have, there was another big flaw. The arrival of the A380 in 2007 was poorly timed. The price of jet fuel had begun to creep up. By 2007, it was floating around $4 a gallon. This made airlines shy away from the high-cost operations of 4-engine jets of the 80s and 90s and to look instead to fuel efficiency as a major deciding factor. Sales of Boeing 747 had begun to dry up too. Airlines were already turning to Boeing's high-capacity twinjet, the 777, for their future long-haul needs. Between 2000 and the 2007 release of the A380, almost 600 777s were sold, a large number going to American and United. It's clear that the US airlines had already made their choice. The long-haul aircraft for the 2000s was to be a Boeing, not an Airbus, and not one of them would ever purchase an A380. Do you think one of the American carriers could have made the A380 work for them? Let us know in the comments. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the Simple Flying channel and be sure to click the notification bell.